and welcome back to Beauty Bee, where today we're doing an update for my 5 tries to figure it out project. This is a very low-key project. The entire description really is in the name. It's just you take items that maybe didn't work out for you the first few times you tried them, and you give them 5 really solid, thoughtful tries to see if you can make them work, and hopefully you find some new favorites. Hopefully you find some ways to make things work, or on the other hand, maybe you find some things that just need to be decluttered. This update has been a very, very long time coming. I've been intending to film this for like 6 weeks, and it just always keeps me getting pushed back. It's just never a real priority of mine. But I think let's start out talking about the things that I was trying over the past 3 months, I think, at this point. Starting with the reason that my lips look absolutely awful right now. This is the Melt Liquid Lipstick in Rebound. This is a matte liquid lipstick, and this looks really pretty when you first apply it. And for context, I have had this on for an hour and a half maybe. I put this on when I was getting ready to film this video, and I have eaten since, and I've just, generally procrastinated filming because it's something that I actually need to do. Even though I enjoy it, I still procrastinate it. So it's worn away terribly. I have eaten a little bit. I just snacked a little, and I've been drinking water, but it looks really bad right now. So I'm going to reapply some, but just overall, I am not super impressed with this. I think that it is a pretty color, and it's not a color that is super similar to anything else I own, so I'm going to keep it around. I would never purchase a full-size Melt liquid lipstick, and if I ever were to find a lipstick that was pretty similar in color, this would be gone. I mean, this is just not good enough. Disappointing quality-wise, and if I'm going to go through the trouble of a liquid lipstick, because this is trouble for me. It's a very thin formula. I find that it's very easy to get outside my lip line. I need to do some finagling with it because it has a tendency to gather right at my lip line and just form like a weird outline on my lips. I need to smooth that out, and then I need to wash my hands because I've smoothed it out with my finger. It's just a little bit difficult for a color that I feel like I could get from a much easier to use formula. And for that reason, though I'm going to keep this around for now, once I find something similar in a different formula, I think this is going to be gone. And I certainly would not purchase a Melt lipstick. Let's go from the bad to the really, really good. This is the ABH matte lipstick in the shade Dead Roses. It is a mauve with quite a bit of gray and quite a bit of purple to it. It is a pretty shade. This definitely pulls a lot cooler on the lips than this Melt shade that I have on, though they don't look super far off in the swatch. This is super, super dry. It has a tendency to skip on the lips because it is so dry that it tugs the lip a little bit, and then you miss the portion of the lip that's right next to the area that it's tugging. It's kind of cakey looking. However, this redeemed itself because it looks fabulous over lip balm. This is my favorite lip balm to wear with questionable formula matte lipsticks. This is the EOS balm. This one is in the flavor or scent, kind of both really, Sweet Peachsicle. I got this one for free from Influencer. There's nothing special about this particular scent or anything. I found that all the EOS ones work pretty similarly. These are really good in that they're not actually super moisturizing, so they're not good lip balms, but they provide just enough slip and just enough moisture that you can apply lipstick nicely over them, but they don't mess with the formula of the matte lipstick too much. It doesn't turn it into a glossy finish. It's more of a satin over this product. So, I actually made a video that was very much inspired by these, but these two products are pretty garbage by themselves, but together, this is a beautiful, beautiful lip combo. It's one that I see myself wearing a ton through the fall, and I think that I'll actually be really sad once I finish this lipstick off. It's really, really lovely when paired with the right products. That's why I really enjoy this project, because it would have been really easy for me to just write off that Dead Roses shade and not necessarily get rid of it, but just kind of put it in my little lipstick organizer and forget about it. Maybe use it once or twice a year. Remember that I don't like the formula very much and just have it waste away that way. But this got me to really try it out, test it out in a few different ways, and now it's become kind of a new favorite. So huge, huge win there. The next product, let's move to eyes. Starting with a brow product. This is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I got this in an Ipsy bag. And this is a mini size, but I believe this is a mini size that Benefit actually sells. This is on my face today. I think that this looks really good, but it looks good in very specific circumstances. Like, I like how it looks when I have gone with a little bit of a darker brow. I think that it is quite flattering. Then I like the extra structure that a really clean brow gives to my face. I think that it allowed me to get just a little bit more space up here on my brow bone. So that's nice. However, it's a step that I don't feel is necessary for me most days. I don't think it looks very good when I'm doing my makeup just for my day-to-day life, when I tend to go a little bit lighter on my brows. And I still don't like the texture on this. This feels kind of crunchy. It's just, ugh. I don't like the feel of it, but I like the effect enough that I think this is going to continue to be something that I will use every once in a while for a specific look, or when I really feel like I could benefit from that extra brow bone space for, again, just for a look. I don't think this is ever going to become something that is just part of my everyday routine and that I really enjoy using. So, we've reached an understanding, this product and I, but we're not becoming besties anytime soon. This e.l.f. pencil I have had a kind of a complicated relationship with. This is the No Budge Retractable Liner in the shade Navy. And there is a swatch of that. It is a very pretty color. I, at first, didn't like this because I just didn't have a good idea of what to do with a navy eyeliner. Then, a couple weeks into this project, I realized that I can pair this with a blue shadow, put this in the waterline, and then put that blue eyeshadow on my lower lash line, and it really makes this navy pop. It stops it from looking like a lackluster black eyeliner to actually looking navy, which is great. And then a few weeks later, again through an Ipsy bag, I got a couple of eyeliners from Beauty For Real, I think. And I was reminded what it's like to apply an actually creamy gel eyeliner. And I realized just how much this tugs. Now, this is a lot like the Melt lipstick in that I think the formula is mediocre at best, but I don't have anything similar in my collection, and I'm certainly not going to declutter this just to go buy another navy eyeliner. So while this has not become a favorite and I'm not super impressed with this, I certainly wouldn't recommend it to someone else. I do think that I will be keeping this around, using it from time to time, and just appreciating the extra couple of looks that I can achieve with this that I couldn't without this in my collection. And the last item that I had in this round was this Urban Decay shadow stick. This one is in the shade Mildew. It is a little bit of a bluish tinged green metallic. And I had used this several times previously before I put it in the project, and it had just never become something that I remembered to use. I think I said something along the lines of, this just doesn't exist in the blue and green eyeshadow file cabinet in my mind. And I still think that's kind of the case. But I think part of it is also just that this isn't a particularly impressive product. This makes a nice eyeliner, and it makes a nice base if you want to put something sparkly or just lightly pigmented on top of it. But this is not a good one shadow look, and it's not something that you can use, all over your lid. Not color-wise, though I can't imagine myself personally using this green all over my lid super often. It is something that I could imagine myself doing once in a while. This just creases like crazy on my eyelid. I don't understand the point of a shadow stick if you can't use it as a one shadow look. That seems like the entire draw. And for, I think these are like $18 or $22. That's ridiculous. I would want to be able to use it that way. I have to set this with powder. It doesn't matter what I use underneath this. If I do not set this with powder on top, it's going to crease like crazy, and it looks gross when it creases. Because this never 100% sets down, I find that when it does crease on me, it looks very greasy, and it's just not attractive. So I like this. I'm going to continue to use it as an eyeliner. I could actually have worn this today and really enjoyed it with this look. Should I do that? Yeah, I've had my makeup on for like 10 hours, 11 hours at this point, so it's looking pretty rough, but let's add a little bit of this as some bottom liner. I like it. It's, yeah, this is, I feel the same way about a lot of these. This is different than anything else I own. It's not a super impressive formula or anything, but I don't own a shade like this. I definitely don't own something that I can use as an eye base in a color that's anything like this. So I'm going to keep it around. I'm going to continue to use it, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else. Now let's get in to the things that I'm going to be using over the next couple of months. Hopefully it won't be 3 months this time, but I'm thinking 6 weeks to 2 months. So the first things that I want to give 5 good tries to are the pastel shades that are scattered across these 3 palettes. This is the Cloud Dye collection from ColourPop. I just bought this quite recently. I received this package this week as I'm filming. I don't know when exactly this video is going to go up. But there are quite a few very, very light shades just scattered across these palettes. For example, there's this really light blue. I'll swatch a couple of them. Maybe this one's going to show up pretty well. That one actually does show up pretty well in comparison to a lot of them. There's like this light pink. There are these really light pastel shades, And I just want to get 5 uses across these different palettes from these really light pastel shades. I want to do 5 looks that really prominently feature them. Just figure out how to use them because they all feel the same to the touch. I suspect that what works for one of these shades will end up working pretty well for all of them. I just need to figure out how to make these pop because I can make them work as very subtle shades right now. I am fair enough that they show up on me, if not super impactfully. They're at least there. But I want to get a little bit more out of these shades, and I don't quite know how to do that yet. So I want to play around with using these over glitter glue, potentially using them wet. See if I can use not necessarily a white base because I don't actually own a white base, but maybe if I start off by setting my eyeshadow primer with a lot of white powder, maybe that can help things stand out a little bit more. There are definitely techniques that I want to try, and I really want to focus on doing that because these really light shades were why I purchased these palettes in the first place, so it would really be a shame if I didn't get good use out of them. Next, we have a cheek product. This is in the e.l.f. Blush Quad. This is actually a relatively recent acquisition as well. And I have gotten so much use out of this light pink shade. This is beautiful. Love it to bits. I've gotten a little bit of use out of this peach shade. Also, this peach shade happens to be practically identical to a shade that I previously had in this project, and I did figure out how to work with through this project. So I feel pretty comfortable with this shade. This shade, I mean, I guess I'm comfortable with it. I've used it a couple of times and it's been fine. This one I don't really know what to do with. This is sort of a red brown, and I don't know why, but this just throws me. I don't know how to wear this, and I'd like to figure that out because I feel like this could be a really beautiful blush shade. I feel like this could be a really pretty wind-bitten look, or maybe almost a sunburnt effect on me. But I don't know how to make that happen. Currently, the 2 times that I've tried this, I have gotten clown effect. So I'm gonna try this out a few times, see if I can make it work. I feel like this has enough almost oranginess to it that this time of year is probably perfect to try it out. But I need to figure this out because I think this could be really pretty. I'm just not sure how to make that happen. 2 makeup pieces. We have this Kiko Lip Liner. This is the waterproof lip liner from the Unexpected Paradise collection. I have mine in the shade 05. And it is orange. And I put emphasis on that for a reason. This is like capital O orange. And it's also really creamy, meaning that it breaks on me every time I try to apply it. So very, very gentle. I don't know where to put this. Let's just stick it over here. I mean, that is like super hot orange coral. And it is pretty. It's just not a shade I really know how to wear. I mean, that is so bright. And I've had it all summer, pretty much. I think I got this maybe at the very beginning of June or something. Maybe very late May. It doesn't really matter. But I've worn it once. Yeah. I need to wear this. I need to figure it out. And this is exactly the project to do that in. And I think that a product that might go with it okay, at least, is this Wet n Wild Cloud Pout. I have mine in the shade Cloud Chaser. The white writing on the light peach background was a choice. It was a choice, Wet n Wild. This to me reminds me a lot of the NYX soft matte lip creams in that it's a liquid lipstick, but it never 1000% sets down. It never feels dry, and it does feel quite creamy going onto the lips. I think with me, this was probably just a color issue. This is a really light peach. It's very white based, and I think that it can pull a little bit ashy on me. This is something that I think has looked okay when I've topped it off with a gloss in the past, but I've owned it for a month or two at this point, and I think I've used it like twice. So I feel like maybe I could mix these two colors together and make them both a little bit more wearable. I feel like this might bring out, the liner might bring out a little bit more color in the Wet n Wild liquid lipstick, and the liquid lipstick might help tone down the lip liner. But I need to try that. I think that having these in the project at the same time is going to be a good thing. And then the last item that I want to work on in this next month or so is a skincare item. This is from The Ordinary, and this is their AHA 30% plus BHA 2% peeling solution. It is a 10-minute exfoliating facial. And I've had this for a few months at this point. I want to say that I've had this since April maybe. And I have used it a few times. I was pretty good about using this when I very first got it. And then I used it sporadically. And I don't think I've used it in like a month and a half at this point. The thing is, if I want to see results from skincare, I need to be consistent about using it. Obviously, doing something once every 3 months isn't going to give me results. I'm not going to be able to judge if this is something that I like, that really positively impacts my skin, or that I might want to continue to have going forward. So my goal with this is not just to use it 5 times. My goal is to use this once a week for the next 5 weeks. I have time either Friday night or Saturday night every single week. I can do a 10-minute facial. I don't have children that are vying for my attention. It's not like I have any social activities right now because it's COVID and I'm not going anywhere. So I need to do this. And at the end of those 5 weeks, if I've determined that it's doing absolutely nothing for me, or if it's not doing enough to be worth the hassle of the mask, it can go. Otherwise, I want to continue to be consistent about using this, because if I'm getting good results from it, I should continue to use it because I have the time, I have the energy kind of, so why am I not using this? I have no idea. Time to make a new good habit. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I will link the playlist of this sporadically updated project up in the cards. If you would like to join this project, you are of course welcome. Please let me know that you do, because I would love to see your videos or Instagram updates, or just, you can update me in the comments or something. I would really love to hear how things are going. I think this is a fun project. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you did. I really hope that I will see you all next time. Bye!